You are very naughty. I just heard my mum say, you are very naughty, and then a meow and then Anothor softer, okay. But next time there will be consequences, and then another meow and then a, you're alright probably not. Took me too long to realize she was talking to her cat, and not to you while meowing in between sentences. I thought the parents had some weird roleplay. To be fair, just from the text we don't know for sure it is not some weird roleplay. That's adorable. The twist, there was no cat. Dad's a freak. This is what I originally thought I was like. How is this wholesome? Loudly crying. It's a lot more wholesome in person. Haha, I see what you did there. Lol, as long it's consensual it should be wholesome for the participants but not the daughter posting it. Tears of joy. Yeah, that part would raise some questions. Next time there will be consequences. This popped up on my feed randomly. I thought it was a different sub and definitely thought this was a person hearing their mom talking to a person in her bedroom. Same here. I decided to read the comments to make sure it's not just in my head. That's what I thought this was about. Lol. Took me too long to realize she was talking to her cat, and not to you while meowing in between sentences. I thought the parents had some weird roleplay. To be fair, just from the text we don't know for sure it is not some weird roleplay. As far as role play goes it's not that weird. I was so confused about where the wholesome part came in as this just screamed X roleplay, then I realized it did not scream. It purred. Meow. I still assert that's what is happening. Ike. I wish I was one of those people who actually imagined a cat in the first place. Smiling face with tear. Holy she, there's no proof that isn't the case here. We're through the looking glass here people. Bruh, you guys are depraved. Everybody meows now and then. My 35-year-old schizophrenic son has one single verbal tick. In some stressful situations he will utter, meow, after saying something in conversation. One anecdote, nothing more. Alright, meow. Could you tell me how I should feel about this? Is it adorable maybe? It's a okay, and he recognizes that adorable is a positive attribute. Fantastic news, thank you. Fantastic muse, thank you. As a cat owner, same our little bugger can get away with anything. My cat legitimately responds with meows when I talk to her like this. I'm sure it's common for cats to do this, but it's so adorable. Same here. Inkle answering the cat's meow. I read this as a kinky thing between the mother and her partner long before I considered the possibility that there was an actual cat involved. I have finally found you in the wild yet again. Finally yet again another Reddit mystery. He saw him once 2 years ago and is now finally seeing him again. Mystery solved. Mystery? Some mysteries solve themselves. The mystery is how someone uses the word finally correctly, and so many of you are confused about it. Finally, fin. La, adverb after a long time, typically involving difficulty or delay. They are an enigma. Oh wow, your work looks a lot like Quentin Blake's. I love it. You live. I haven't seen you in ages. Before I had a cat I would think this is a crazy cat person thing, but now that I do, I get it. I get it. Took me a sec to figure out she was talking to a cat. Yeah, I thought she was talking to the person posting the whole time, and the meows were coming from the mom too. And it was just like, really weirding me out. I thought she was talking to herself. Split personality disorder, one of which identifies as a cat. I was wondering if it really belonged in wholesome. Now that I'm old, I understand why old people talk to animals and act like they can understand them. This is how you talk to babies, and toddlers and to a lesser extent, preschoolers. You can't understand them at all, then later, not fully, or then occasionally not well, but to encourage them to keep talking you act like you do. You also start to understand them from facial expressions, or from the time of day it is and what they probably need or want from knowing them and from experience. You develop context that lets you more or less understand them even when the words are not there. So the conversation above is not entirely play acting on the woman's part. She deduces that those things she's responding to are reasonably what the cat is probably saying. You just witnessed a parental superpower in action. You saying the cat is an abductor? Not abduction but hostage situation. I thought for a second that this was going to be some kind of kinky thing. Well, there's no way of knowing for sure if it's not. Just the Stockholm Syndrome is strong in your mom having pets is such a diverse experience. Some people have better relationships with their pets than their families. This is how my partner is with both of our house gremlins. It's good we have cats and not kids, because any children we had would be horribly spoiled little monsters. You witnessed your cat winning. I scold my cat while giving him kisses and cuddling him. He's just too cute to you ultrices. The kid clearly didn't think it was a joke. That doesn't prove the DL's intentions weren't to make a joke. Definitely could have been a poorly thought out joke, which he's apologized for. I'm not saying it was. I don't know, wasn't there, and can't tell from the video. I do feel bad for that kid. My kids and I loved to sit at these little half-circle benches that were built into the castle entrance ramp and eat a churro or Mickey bar and rest and look out at the hub and down Main Street and at the people walking by. We always managed it at least once a visit. They removed them sometime before our last few visits and it makes me so sad every time I think about it now. Maybe people got tired of those folks being in their castle shots? IDK, why else they needed to go. They are a definite loss. Disney is losing those quiet restful places. I'm glad to see them adding one into Toontown recently, but it's in a back unused corner. I want them out in the middle of the magic.
Consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more of Reddit Universe.